The United Nations says about 3.2 million people in the Democratic Republic of Congo's conflict-ravaged south-central Greater Kasai region are severely food insecure, struggling to feed themselves, and in urgent need of assistance. The WFP Executive Director David Beasley, who is visiting the country this week, says President Joseph Kabila has agreed to help aid reach a region of the Democratic Republic of Congo where ethnic conflict has spawned a humanitarian emergency. Mr. Beasley says addressing the Kasai situation immediately would save lives and money.
At this stage of the game, based on our scaling up intentions over the next few months, our 8 month, over the next 8 months, we need $135 million just for the Kasai region alone. Over the next 6 months for DRC, in addition to that, we need $139 million over the next 6 months. We only have 1% of the funding from the donors for the money that we need. 3.2 million people are at severe risk as we speak. Hundreds of thousands of children are on the brink of starvation. So we need a ramp up. We're there. We're ready to go. We need the donors to step in now. If they don't, not only are people going to die and children are going to die, and you're going to have long-term chaos that's going to cost a lot more.
Now to discuss the situation in the Democratic Republic of Congo, I'm being joined by Dr. Augustine Agugwa, lecturer, Sociology Department, University of Lagos. You're welcome to the program, Network Africa.
It's my pleasure. Thank you.
All right. What do you think can be done to alleviate the suffering in the DR Congo? Let's start with that.
Well, here we have a social problem, which is a concern of everyone. But theoretically speaking, we have to do what is to be done. It is a problem created by human beings. Therefore, it will require human efforts to also address it. We have a situation whereby, in the real sense of the word, this territory that is besieged by a conflagration of conflicts from Rwanda, South Sudan, Central African Republic, as well as Burundi. In the case of Burundi, what's the issue? You saw what happened in 2015 when the President then Pierre announced his intention to run on the third-term agenda. The people revolted. Since that time, it's like a mother's sleep, and the people felt that they will sleep no more. The conflict that's ensued has actually donated no less than 500,000 refugees from Burundi to eastern part of the Democratic Republic of Congo. The same thing you're also talking about in Rwanda. We are a group, so you have them as Natura, you have the another group regarded as the Democratic Coalition for the Liberation of Rwanda, trying to actually assert a sense of political identity and contentment within the Rwandan region. The conflict that ensued also had its own part of donations to the refugee issue
in the DR Congo.
Now, within DR Congo itself, you also see something similar to that effect, where the tendency on the part of Joseph Kabila of prolonging his stay in office by not declaring a specific date, a definite date, on which to hold elections and step down, has also angered a lot of people. That was why sometime earlier last year, you could see a local chief, right, trying to sort of manifest his anger and unacceptability of the situation by sort of rebelling against the government of Joseph Kabila in Kinshasa. And the implication was that instead of reaching out on a humanitarian approach, taking a human view of the issue, Joseph Kabila felt that the right approach would be a military crackdown. So these are all issues that now surround what you might call vaulting ambitions of political actors, not just within DR Congo, but also the surrounding
countries. Yeah.
Then I think when I look at those things, I feel so bad. Why must it always be in Africa? people should actually start speaking to authorities that be. This sit-tight syndrome must come to a stop. We just have to actually not just appealing to people's conscience, but we just have to start speaking authoritatively to people who are supposed to be servants of the people and making them to understand how their irresponsible acts actually initiate and engender these kind of situations.
All right, let me quickly ask about the situation concerning the children, of course, who are on the brink of starvation. We hear that about 600,000, that's coming from the UN in the Congo. Is that really the case?
Yeah,
what should we do?
Of course, the information you are making reference to was not just something you picked in the streets of DR Congo. It came from a very, very responsible body that has to do with United Nations. They knew what they are talking about. The truth about it is that if you take a rundown of what actually is happening in DR Congo today, what you are looking at is a child's play. Because in DR Congo, you are having a state of what might call theater of war, whereby the issue of children is just one part of the scenario. Today, in the recent of law, that eastern part of DR Congo is also described as the rape capital of the world. In other words, as you are talking about children, you're also talking about a scenario where women are raped and they suffer all sorts of debauchery on a daily basis. Of recent, when a kind of a situation has been established for women to feel confident to come and talk about it, in the last count, they had more or less than 50,000 of them that had actually, come forward to actually narrate their experiences, which is very, very horrifying. So the issue of 600,000 children, like I said, because we are looking at statistics that actually came down from 3.6 million internally displaced people across that region. And in the world today, that region is actually holding the ace or holding the card of being the worst hit internally displaced persons, where it has to do with record. So when you're talking about 600,000 children, you now discover that it's just like a teaspoon out of an ocean. The situation there is horrible. The situation there is terrible.
Something for
it's
the
not
UN,
just children. It also affects women, as well as men, including issues that borders on child soldiers. It's a real problem.
Well, I guess the UN will definitely take a look, and all the countries who can really give us a helping hand can help solve the situation. Dr. Augustine Ogugwa, lecturer, Sociology Department, University of Lagos, thank you for your thoughts on the program.
It's a pleasure. Thank you so much.